What? She decreased? What? I thought that the women were going to just come in and show up and show out. I thought the women were going to get there and smack their husbands upside the back of their head and say, you get in there. This is why you should never trust the media. Trust the statistics. Trust the facts. How are you guys doing? Welcome to the channel. I'm Ty Smith. You're watching my channel, Model Renaissance Man. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to view my content. Make sure that you are following me on all the platforms you see above and below. Hitting this like button right here is how my content can consistently be recommended to you. And also, when you subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit that bell notification. That way you will be notified when I do a video. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So y'all told y'all we keeping this thing rolling out. We are keeping it rolling. And as you guys can see, Trump won. He won. He won. I cannot wait to see what some of these crazy left-leaning, snow cone color hair radical folks have to say on this. I want y'all to come out and say, oh, he cheated. Oh, do it. Do it. We'll recount. It doesn't even matter. We just want fair elections. Remember all the thing? What are you going to do? Is it going to be a peaceful transition to power? Is it? Will it be? Will it be? All of you who participated in the mostly peaceful burning of cities, will it be? Anyway, it's not even what this is about. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is kind of going to give you an idea and piece out how they lost. And boy, when the statistics come out, it's something that I know a lot of y'all do not like. Check this out.
We're joined now by CBS News Director of Elections and Surveys, Anthony Salvanto, and Chief Washington Correspondent, Major Garrett. Good morning to you both. All right, so fellas, break it down for us. How did Trump pull this off?
So we're going to do a couple of things this morning. Anthony's going to walk through 3 states that so far the former president flipped in this election cycle. And while he does that, he's going to show you some things that are indicative of how that happened. And I'm going to give you some exit poll data while he's doing that to help explain the story. So let's start in Georgia, Anthony.
From the point of view of the data desk, Vlad, it was a story of consistency. Donald Trump hitting his marks with the people that he needed to win. So you can see it on this map, all these rural areas in red. Now what I'm going to show you, now the arrows are going to be big so you can see them on TV, right? But I want to show you the way in which this vote changed from 2020. In many cases across especially rural parts of the state, he did a couple of points better than he did in 2020, hitting his targets with rural voters, evangelical voters. Go for it, Major.
That's where we bring in the exit poll data to reinforce what you're seeing visually here. Among conservative voters, self-identified conservatives, Trump did 4 points better this cycle than 2020. White evangelicals, 5 points better than 2020. White and no college education, about even. But for those first 2 categories, the arrows and the exit polls tell the story.
Woo! My Christian brothers? What? Say what, my Christian brothers? Look at that. Christians, white evangelicals. Y'all came up, y'all showed out. I told y'all. Guys, y'all have no idea. I'm sorry that I cannot answer all y'all emails and everything like that. I have been traveling for the last 4 years across this country, speaking engagements, white people, black people, the whole 9. Ever since that school board meeting, I did not know that the Lord was going to use me after that when I went off on them about the critical race theory stuff. I've been on the road ever since, folks. 4 years going strong and has not slowed down. If Trump can do this stuff at 80, sure enough at 42, I can do this, right? What I'm saying that for is this. It snowballed into waking up a lot of people. I'm not just talking about speaking engagements in regards to going to Republican events or Democratic events. I'm talking about churches that I've spoken at. Look what happened. They came up and stood out, ladies and gentlemen. But what gets even better is something I don't want to give it away. You know how you just want to let it out? But I want y'all to pay attention to this next clip right here. Watch this.
All right, Anthony, let's go to Pennsylvania.
Yep. Now, everybody would watch this going in, and I want to show you, because we always went out and talked to voters in and around the Philadelphia area and then up into the Lehigh Valley. Again, a lot of white working class voters here, a lot of suburban voters. Now, the key here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the 2020 vote, okay, and compare that in the area. And then watch what happens as Major, I'll hit it.
I'm pointing, he's hitting.
Watch this area here because it's kind of more red. But in 2020, it was kind of more blue, right? So now it came back a little bit more lighter red, a little more blue. That tells you that Donald Trump, just enough, swung some of those suburbs this year.
And now let's lay over the exit polls, explain what happened to the Democratic coalition, and it's perfectly illustrated by what you just saw in eastern Pennsylvania. Among Latino voters, Kamala Harris shed support as compared to Joe Biden, President Biden in 2020. Among young voters, didn't do as well as President Biden did in 2020. And even among women, slightly worse in 2024 for Vice President Harris than Joe Biden's performance. That is the cracking of the Democratic coalition, which showed up in lots of battleground states, but most especially it showed up in the leakage seen here in eastern Pennsylvania. Now, let's round this out, Anthony. Let's go to Wisconsin.
Yep. Wisconsin, we called this, well, late into the night, even into the early morning hours. What we were waiting for was Milwaukee, but that's part of the tale here, which is to say that Democrats need to do well in a couple of key counties in Wisconsin, in Dane County around Madison, and then in Milwaukee here. And what you saw, and I'll compare this to 2020, was that Harris got just slightly fewer votes than Joe Biden, but she needed even more because, same story, Donald Trump had run up the score all throughout the rest of the state, again, with that consistency, and that's how he hit his marks.
And an exit poll piece of information that applies to Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Georgia. 3 states so far the former president has flipped. For voters who said their finances felt to them worse than 4 years ago, look at that number. 80% for former President Trump, 17% for Vice President Harris. Back to you guys.
All right, Major Anthony, thank you.
What? She decreased? What? I thought that the women were going to just come in and show up and show out. I thought the women were going to get there and smack their husbands upside the back of their head and say, you get in there. I thought the women were going to go behind their husbands' back like these goddamn gone crazy commercials and everything were pretty much persuading, pushing, encouraging you women to do. Oh, in front of your husband face or your boyfriend face, act like, oh, honey, yeah, we're definitely for Trump. Yeah. And then behind the booth, do this. And y'all come out and y'all give each other a high five. Girl, I did it. I did it too. I did it too, Becky. Oh my God, girl, I did it. Shaquisha, we did it. Look what happened. Look what happened. It showed that it had the opposite effect. Women didn't show up for you like you thought they would. Told you guys, do not rely on these crazy loonies in the news who do nothing more than to push an agenda. America, thank y'all for listening to me and other individuals like myself who give y'all the real news, give you critical thinking skills, because I told you it was a huge psychological psyops that they were playing on all of us. And some people were able to see through it. Some people weren't. A lot of y'all, and I told you I cannot answer all y'all texts and emails, but I get it. I understand pretty much the sentiment of everything that y'all saying. I understand the whole gist that y'all are thanking me for just opening y'all up, not bull crapping, not misleading you guys, encouraging you guys to go and research yourself, encourage you to sit back and think, encouraging you just to look at things for what they are. Don't believe what the media say and run with it. And look what this showed. Because weeks ago, they would have had y'all thinking that, oh, look at the increase of the women. Oh, the men are showing up and showing out. Oh, look. And this showed otherwise. Thank you. Anyway, I told you I'm going to keep this thing rolling, guys. I'm just pushing this stuff out as I get it. I really appreciate you guys taking your time out your day to view this content. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you do what's in that cloud right there. And I cannot stress this enough for you guys to get into your cell phone. If there's one person in your cell phone that you have not shared this channel with, please do that, all right? Rolling on to the next one. The next video that I would do in chronological order most likely will be up here. Things that I do as a variety on this channel will be down there. I am Ty Smith, Model Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.